Hey guys, welcome to a new video. Like, comment and subscribe if you enjoy. Without any further interruptions, enjoy the What If. Chapter 3 Abilities, Training and Feelings. You bet, said Naruto with determination. Very well, but before we start training, I want you to read this scroll. It states all the abilities of Rinnegan, its origins, stages and its relation to the Uzumaki clan, said Itachi, taking out a big scroll from a sealing scroll before giving it to Naruto. You Uzumaki clan? Asked a startled Naruto. First read this scroll. I will answer your questions later, said Itachi. Naruto nodded before opening the scroll and started reading it. Rinnegan was the blood inheritance limit of Raikudo Sennin. The rinnegan was regarded as the god of creation when the world was racked with chaos and as a weapon of destruction which could return everything to nothingness. Usage of rinnegan is said to give the user strong affinities for all 6 forms of chakra nature manipulations, namely wind, fire, water, lightning, earth and gravity. It also gives strong affinities for sub-elements, which today are present in clans possessing 1 or 2 of these elements. But a rinnegan user can master all the basic and sub-elements but needs large amounts of training, especially to master the sub-elements. Sub-elements are also called secondary elements as they are the combination of 2 basic elements. Some of these elements are boil, ice, wood, storm, lava, scorch, etc. However, there are those elements which are very rare and extremely difficult to master, which are called tertiary elements, also falling in the abilities of Rinnegan. At the present there are only 3 present known tertiary elements: dust, crystal and steel. Some shinobi or clans have been known to use these rare elements, either by the process of Kekituta bloodline selection, or they already have bloodline limit for these elements. These elements are combination of 3 elements. Following are given the composition of the commonly known secondary and tertiary elements. Boil fire plus water, fire and water in 2, 1, otherwise they will simply cancel each other. Ice wind plus water, wind and water in equal amounts. Wood earth plus water, earth and water in equal amounts. Storm water plus lightning, water and lightning in 3, 1. Lava earth plus fire, earth and fire in equal amounts. Scorch wind plus fire, wind and fire in 2, 1. Dust earth plus wind plus fire, earth, fire and dust in equal amounts. Crystal wind plus water plus lightning, wind, water and lightning in equal amounts. Steel fire plus lightning plus earth, fire, lightning and earth in equal amounts. Rinnegan has 4 different levels. These are: Level 1. When Rinnegan is activated, the user is automatically on Level 1, identified by 1 black ring around the black dot-like pupil. Its abilities are physical enhancement, increased chakra reserves, better chakra control, affinities for any 3 basic elements in addition to gravity element is granted, can see chakra like Byakugan though at a lower level, and the user can sign multiple summoning contracts. Level 2. When Level 2 of Rinnegan is activated, 2 black rings, concentric circles, can be seen surrounding a black dot-like pupil. The abilities which come with second stage are slight increase in chakra reserves, chakra control is improved drastically, 1 more basic element affinity is added to your arsenal, ninjutsu and taijutsu can be copied up to some extent except the bloodlines. Fast movements can be seen and predicted which are not visible to naked eye, the user is not affected by genjutsu up to A rank, and lastly chakra can be seen in more detail but still lesser than Byakugan. Level 3. When Level 3 of Rinnegan is activated, 3 black rings can be seen surrounding a black dot-like pupil. Its abilities include improved chakra control so much that with enough practice, the user can do up to A rank jutsus without any hand seals. Last of the 6 basic elements affinity is now unlocked, and also the user can see chakra points like Byakugan. Level 4. Kageyoshi Rinnegan, vibrant display of the ocular eye. This is the highest known level that any Rinnegan user can attain, and only Raikudo Sennin is said to have accomplished this level. In this upgrade, the appearance of Rinnegan changes noticeably. There are 4 ring but glowing yellow in color surrounding a dark blue dot-like pupil. Due to this glowing ability of Rinnegan in 4th stage, you can say that the user is granted night vision up to some extent. Its other abilities are Chibaku Tensei, bursting earth, celestial body, Izanagi, forefather god, and the user can revive a dead person by using some of his life force. Although, there might be some other abilities since not much is known about the 4th stage. Chibaku Tensei and Izanagi are one of the strongest techniques in the world. Much more is explained about these two in separate scrolls, which requires chakra of a rinnegan user to open them due to a chakra receptor seal, as the chakra of a rinnegan user is unique. Only users possessing the level 4 can open these scrolls. One should also keep in mind that this scroll does not state all the abilities of the rinnegan. There may be some that the user may discover by himself. However, there are some other techniques which are only special to rinnegan and are gravity-based, which are explained in detail in gravity manipulation scrolls. It was said that the Senju clan were descendants of Rikudo Sennin's Dujutsu, but some say that it was the Uzumaki clan that acquired the genes for the rinnegan. However, it is said that some people did activate rinnegan before the formation of Senju, Uchiha or any other clan. But since then no one has been able to activate it. In ancient scrolls, it is stated that during the activation, the person leaks white chakra temporarily, which was said to be possessed by Rikudo Sennin. After the activation, the chakra is said to turn back to normal blue color. It is also said that when the user sees someone close to him die, the pain causes him to awaken the rinnegan. But today the existence of rinnegan is denied by almost all of the shinobi, stating that is only a myth. One last thing is that nobody knows how to unlock the second, third and fourth levels, just like the tomos of Sharingan. It might happen when a user experiences immense pain, emotional stress or during the heat of the battle. Some abilities of rinnegan are still unknown, but it truly is the most powerful dujutsu in the world. Naruto just remained silent after reading the scroll, contemplating on the information he just read about his dujutsu and what Itachi told him until now. Itachi stared at the new transformed Naruto, wanting to see how Naruto would take such info. Yeah. The author was interrupted by a loud shout of joy as Naruto whooped his fist in the air, in the process dropping the large scroll. I've got the best dujutsu in the world. Ha! Take that Sasuke Tem. I have a bloodline, and guess what, it's better than yours. I'll become the strongest shinobi in Konoha and then the Hokage. That old monkey really needs a retirement Datbeo, said Naruto as the dam of emotions he's been keeping in check broke. Itachi to restrain himself from laughing at that last comment. He totally agreed with Naruto. Konoha needed Minato's successor. He really is your son Kushina-sensei. I see he inherited some of the anxiety and excited quirks you had, thought Itachi while remembering his sensei's habits. So what are you going to teach me, Itachi-sensei? I know my 3 basic elements would be awesome. Are you going to teach me some ultra cool super jutsu? And how do I control my rinnegan? Tell me, Datbeo, said an excited Naruto with stars in his oceanic blue eyes. Although Naruto was far mentally matured than anyone of his age, he was still a sucker for ninjutsu, and boy was he excited about his bloodline abilities. Itachi-sensei, I like the sound of that, thought Itachi. Calm down, Naruto-kun. First we're gonna work on synchronizing your body and mind with each other. You still can't control your body, remember, said Itachi, not wanting Naruto to jump the gun. Damn, Naruto slumped in his chair. First, Naruto-kun, I'll explain to you the benefits of shadow clones and the reason it is stated in the Forbidden Scroll, said Itachi. I already know them. When a shadow clone dispels all its memories, experiences, or in case of training mentality progress, is transferred to the original user. One shadow clone cuts the time required to train in something in half as compared to that of only original user. But in my case, if I summon 500 shadow clones, it will take me 1/1000th time to train in something than the original time required. Hence, it's a gift from Kami for shinobi with large chakra reserves. But its downsides are that it causes a huge headache when mass shadow clones are dispelled after training due to rush of information, and it can kill people with low chakra reserves due to chakra exhaustion. Another reason it is stated forbidden because if it falls into the hands of a shinobi from another village, will you get the point? And before you ask me why didn't I train with shadow clones, is because I had nothing to learn and the only thing I could do was try and improve my chakra control using the tree climbing exercises, said Naruto seriously. Itachi blinked, then blinked again. How did you know all that? It's not even stated in the Forbidden Scroll, asked a surprised Itachi that a genin had learned the secret of shadow clones so quickly, and you should know that if you are able to surprise Itachi then heads off to you. Well duh, I have been using a large amount of shadow clones since I became a genin. You have to be a total idiot not to figure it out. And the rest, Well, it's pretty obvious, said Naruto offhandedly. He's a genius, not to mention he has amazing analytical abilities. I can't believe how much talent he used to hide under all that acting, thought an amazed Itachi. Okay, now tell me, earlier when you used half of your chakra reserves, how many shadow clones were you able to make? About 250. Why, he is mini Kisame in terms of chakra, thought Itachi. Now you again use half of your chakra reserves. Let's see how many shadow clones you are able to make, said Itachi while Naruto shrugged. Taju Kage Bunshin no Jutsu, Mass Shadow Clone Jutsu. Neither of them were prepared for what they saw. They were at least 500 shadow clones yelling obscenities at Naruto as they were not able to stand. Holy shit, both thought simultaneously. This is half of your chakra reserves, questioned Itachi dumbly. Whoa, my chakra reserves have skyrocketed along with my chakra control. I could easily mold my chakra this time, said an excited Naruto. After coming over his initial shock, Itachi ordered Naruto's clones to start training to control their bodies. All you could see were a bunch of 12-year toddlers trying to walk properly while the original Naruto was still in his chair. Itachi-sensei, whenever I use chakra after awakening my rinnegan, I get this warm feeling. I feel very peaceful when it flows through my chakra coils. My chakra is so light but at the same time very strong. I just don't know how to describe it, said a perplexed Naruto while Itachi nodded. I don't know how, but your chakra nature has changed. It is now white in color like the Raikudo Sennin. I also felt it, when you used chakra. While using Sharingan, all I can see is white chakra flowing through your coils with a mixture of red in it. But how? White chakra was supposed to be temporary, not permanent. But it's not bad, is it? Asked Naruto, but it sounded more as a statement. Absolutely not, Naruto-kun. The fact that your chakra is white means you have light-type chakra, which is very pure, and only the Raikudo Sennin was said to have possessed it in the past. Guess I have to ask Gigi about this, pondered Naruto. While your clones train, let's check which basic elements you have now along with gravity, said Itachi, handing him a chakra paper. When Naruto channeled his chakra through the chakra paper, first it started floating in midair, then 1/3 part of the paper crinkled and burst into intense sparks of electricity, then 2/3 part of paper was completely dissolved in water almost to molecular level, and the last part was torn to millions of small bits of paper due to the unreal amount of cuts it received. Itachi whistled at the display. As expected, you have very strong affinities for all your current elements as stated in the scroll. Your current elements are wind, water, lightning and gravitation. The other elements are ice, storm and crystal, said Itachi. I'm so awesome. So Itachi-sensei, what jutsus are you going to teach me? Will I able to use ice jutsus like Haku? Huh, said Naruto as he was practically beaming with excitement. You shouldn't take your training lightly, Naruto-kun. Nature manipulation of even basic elements takes years to master, let alone secondary or tertiary elements. Seeing Naruto down, he continued. But with around 1,000 shadow clones for 2 months, I'm sure you can master ice and storm along with basic elements. I'm not sure about crystal though, as it is a tertiary element and is such extremely difficult to master, said Itachi while Naruto's clones were training. Don't know if you can call trying to walk training. Then I'm going to train as hard as I can. I'll show them I am not a dead last, said a determined Naruto as he too started training. While Itachi took out a very familiar brand new orange book with a title, ICHA in the bed tactics, with a golden strip at the bottom on which was written, Ultra Limited Gold Collector's Platinum Edition. On the top left was the author's stamp, the gallant Toad Sage Jiraiya-sama. In the middle of the front cover was a drawn picture of a long spiky white-haired man giggling perversely while he was groping a blonde-haired woman's voluptuous breasts and was giving a V for victory sign. The blonde-haired woman had her hair in 2 thin ponytails. Guess who the woman is and get a cookie. Just below the picture was written, Heaven hath no pleasure like a blondie fucked. Why does this chick seem familiar? Thought a suspicious Itachi. He shrugged and opened the book as he started reading while giggling perversely as blood started seeping out of his nose. One of Naruto's clones upon seeing Itachi thought, he is reading that same orange book while giggling just like Kakashi-sensei. I've got to find out what's so funny. Time skip. After half an hour in Tsukiyomi. After relentlessly practicing for half an hour with 500 shadow clones, Naruto was finally synchronized with his body and his shadow clones were now sparring among themselves. He was surprised to find out the increase in his strength and speed. He was expecting his body to be stronger but not that much. Itachi too was surprised a bit. His speed and strength is up to low Junin level right now, but he can be easily taken down in taijutsu by an experienced Junin, thought Itachi after observing Naruto for a while. Alright Naruto, that's enough. Now dispel all your shadow clones, 20 at a time, said Itachi as he put his precious book back in his robe. Naruto nodded as he dispelled all his clones after some time and felt a mild headache. Well, that wasn't much, said Naruto before his stomach groaned as he blushed in embarrassment. Hey, why am I feeling hungry? Asked a confused Naruto. Genjutsu affects all your 5 senses Naruto-kun. Hence, Tsukiyomi is making your mind believe that all that workout you did was real, thus you feel hungry. You should eat something, said Itachi. Okay, but before that, can you change my clothes? This orange jumpsuit is pathetic, said Naruto. Itachi was surprised after hearing him. But I thought you liked your clothing, said Itachi. I guess it's due to the changes in my DNA, shrugged Naruto. Of course, due to the altercations in his DNA, his personality would change too. But I'm surprised he still has retained some of it, thought Itachi. So you're change my clothes or what? Asked an impatient Naruto. Itachi nodded while thinking of something that would suit Naruto. I know just the right thing. It's about time. Naruto followed his father's footsteps, thought a smirking Itachi. Itachi waved his hands as Naruto's orange jumpsuit was replaced by his new clothes. His new outfit consisted of black sleeveless Junin-like vest under which was a dark blue sweatshirt along with dark blue shinobi pants. There were typical kunai holsters and shuriken pouches on his left thigh. His sweatshirt was tied to his wrists and just below his elbows with orange laces so that the flaps don't get in the way. He had an white high-neck cape reaching to just below his knees. On the back of his cape was the Uzumaki clan symbol, circular concentric swirls, in purple and black flames were licking his cape at the bottom and at the bottom of short sleeves of the cape. He took a look at his outfit. Cool, do you have this same clothing out there? Asked an excited Naruto. As a matter of fact, Hokage-sama did give me this specific outfit for you. He stated that it was time for a change, said Itachi while Naruto nodded as he began to check out his cape. Naruto-kun, what would you want to eat? Asked Itachi expecting a change in his answer from before. Ramen, shouted a grinning Naruto as he pumped his fist in air while Itachi face vaulted. Even the legendary Rinnegan couldn't defeat his obsession for ramen, thought Itachi while a table appeared with several bowls of steaming ramen. Naruto had stars in his eyes as he began wolfing down ramen like it was soon going to go extinct. After a few minutes, he was finished as he patted his stomach. Man, that was good. I should come here more often, said Naruto with a contented sigh. I cannot do this jutsu when I just feel like it. As the powers of Mangekyo Sharingan are used, over time the user gets blind. However, what matters is the quantity and not durability. For example, if I use Tsukiyomi numerous times, I will get blind easily. But if I use the Tsukiyomi for the same amount of time but only once, it will have less effect on my eyes, which is the exact thing I'm doing right now, explained Itachi seriously. Naruto's eyes widened as he heard the side effects of Mangekyo Sharingan. He was even more surprised that someone would do this for him even if he was ordered by the Hokage, as an S-rank mission could be declined. I really appreciate you using such jutsu for me, Itachi-sensei, said Naruto with a lump in his throat as he bowed his head. No worries Naruto-kun, but enough talk. From now on you will train extensively for 2 months. Also I want to tell you that with your improved chakra control, you can also learn genjutsu, although at this point of time you can only learn up to C rank ones. Now, first you have to completely master your 3 basic elements before moving to your secondary or tertiary elements. First create 1,000 shadow clones, said Itachi as the environment around him changed to that of a beautiful forest. There were green lush trees everywhere surrounding them with a huge waterfall in the middle. Naruto was not too sure about the genjutsu part, but for the first time in his life someone was willingly teaching him something and he would be damned if he wasted this opportunity. So he nodded as he created 1,000 shadow clones and was panting by the end of it but recovered via food pill while Itachi unsealed 3 scrolls each having a kanji for wind, water and lightning. Good, now I want 3 groups of 250 shadow clones to take a scroll of each element and train according to the instructions. The rest 250 will come with me for genjutsu training, said Itachi as he went with other clones to start 2 long months of training or rather 20 short seconds in the outer world. At Hokage's office before the Orochimaru's attack, Hiruzen Sarutobi sat in his office behind his desk while smoking as he rubbed his temples. This is really not my day. Why do I have to face the wrath of those 4? They sure aren't going to spare me when they hear what I have planned for Naruto-kun in the Forest of Death, thought the Hokage while he was sweating bullets. In front of him stood the famous 4 ice queens of Konoha who have never gone on a date with any man. While they were only 19 years old, they had the body of a goddess. Each having her own traits. They were the hottest and most wanted kunoichi in the village and probably the most dangerous. They were always found in group and watched each other's backs. All of them were prodigies in their own way, having made Junin at the age of 16 and were best friends. The first was a woman of striking beauty with milk creamy flawless skin. Her black curly hair, red lipstick, bluish eyelids and crimson eyes only added to her appearance. She had all the curves in the right places with luscious D-cup breasts, slim waist and toned legs. She wore a red short-sleeve loose shirt over which were white wrappings covering the upper half of her body to her upper thighs while having a leaf Hittite on her forehead. The second was a sexy woman with a tan flawless skin having purple pineapple-like hair, no lipstick and brown eyes. She wore a rather revealing fishnet almost showing her D-cup breasts with a peach-colored trench coat and a very short skirt easily crossing the boundary of appropriate. The third was also a beautiful woman having brown hair, black eyes, reddish-pink lipstick, blue stripe markings on her cheeks, 2 longer than normal canines, C-cup breasts and her skin tone was the fairest amongst them. She wore a typical Junin attire with the exception that she wore tight black shorts instead of dark blue shinobi pants. And the last of them was a woman of amazing beauty. She had long blue silky hair, emerald green shining eyes, blue lipstick, C-cup breasts, amazingly soft creamy skin for a kenjutsu user like her and had 2 swords wrapped to her back. She wore a typical Junin attire with the exception of having an armor in place of a Junin vest which accentuated her figure all the more. They were Yuhi Kurenai Genjutsu mistress of Konoha specializing in Genjutsu who already had taken a team this year. Mitarashi Anko snake mistress of Konoha specializing in ninjutsu just like her teacher and was an interrogation and a torture specialist. Inuzuka Hana Inuzuka heiress of Konoha specializing in taijutsu and her clan's techniques who was currently working as a vet. Inuzuki Yugao Kenjutsu mistress of Konoha specializing in kenjutsu who had recently left the Anbu and became a Junin. Each of these 4 had different personalities. Kurenai was calm, collected and social, Anko was loud, brash, and spontaneous. Hana had her typical Inuzuka fiery personality with a touch of softness and Yugao was a serious and a reserved kunoichi but she had her moments. But these 4 kunoichi had one thing in common, they liked a certain blonde to death. His sun-kissed blonde hair, whisker marks and electric oceanic blue eyes made him incredibly cute to them. Just like Anko, they liked his attitude and kind personality. And his foxy grin, oh how it made their heart melt. They all knew of his mask and understood his reason for acting loud and obnoxious. They always saved him from those stupid villagers time to time but didn't let him know who they were courtesy of their Hokage. They were ordered by him not to approach the boy as he didn't quite trust them like the villagers and other shinobi. They practically begged to Hiruzen in the past to let them be near the boy but he didn't fudge from his decision. Thus they always remained indifferent to him. And now they were standing in front of him because he requested all of them in his office while for some reason had sent his Anbu out and activated the private seals. "What do you want, Hokage-sama?" asked Kurenai in a cold tone while Hana and Anko were glaring at him whereas Yugao just remained emotionless. Sarutobi winced at the tone. If Thri was anybody else, he immediately would have punished him, her but he understood their situation and that was the reason he called them. He sighed before speaking the only words that would get their full attention. "It's about Naruto," said the aged Hokage as he closed his eyes. The next thing he knew, he was barged with questions from them at the same time. "What happened to Naru-chan? Is Naruto-kun alright? Grr, What did they do this time? If the villagers did something to him, I'm gonna rip their heads off with my blades, said Anko, Kurenai, Hana and Yugao simultaneously, worry-ridden all over their face for their favorite blonde. Relax, relax, I assure you nothing has happened to Naruto-kun. Yet, said Sarutobi nervously. Kurenai narrowed her eyes dangerously. What will happen to him? You tell us right this instant or I'll trap you in a yaoi genjutsu with a naked guy, warned Kurenai while Sarutobi paled at the implications of the jutsu. That genjutsu should be a forbidden S rank, thought the nervous Hokage. Why you see, it's for his own good, Hiruzen tried to explain. Just tell us what the fuck is going to happen already, shouted an impatient Hana. Alright, but first you must know about the circumstances concerning the Uchiha massacre. Just keep in mind that it's a forbidden secret, so don't tell anyone, said Sarutobi seriously. For next 10 minutes, he told them about Itachi being his undercover agent and reasons regarding the Uchiha massacre. They were all shocked just like Naruto but quickly recovered as Naruto was their first priority. But what does this have to do with Naruto-kun Hokage-sama? Asked Yugao with a hint of irritation in her voice. It has everything to do with Naruto-kun. Yesterday, Itachi came to the village along his companion for the time being to inform me about an organization he recently joined called Akatsuki. Akatsuki? Asked Kurenai. It is an organization consisting of 10 to 12 extremely powerful S-rank missing nins which aims to collect all the 9 Biju in the world, which means they have to hunt down the Jinchuriki, explained Hiruzen while all of their eyes widened. Then that means they're after Naru-chan too, whispered Anko. Indeed, and if they succeed in capturing Naruto and extracting the Kyuubi, he will die, said the aged professor with a frown with his hands folded under his chin. If they even so much as touch a hair of Naru-kun, I'll rip them to shreds, growled Hana while showing her clawed nails. I will protect Naruto-kun with my life, said Yugao seriously while the rest of three nodded with her. But the good news is that Itachi and Hoshigaki Kisame, one of the 7 swordsmen of the mist who also works for me, are assigned to capture Naruto-kun. So, he's safe for now. All of them breathed a sigh of relief, at least they had some time to prepare. Then we must train him and make him stronger as fast as possible for the future battles, Hokage-sama, said Yugao. That's what's going to happen in the Forest of Death. He's going to get very strong in a couple of minutes, said Sarutobi while inwardly smirking at their confused faces. What do you mean? Isn't he currently taking part in the Chunin exams? Asked a confused Kurenai. Naruto has a dujutsu, said Hiruzen with a dramatic pause. Although, I'm not quite sure if he would awaken it, further thought the Hokage while all of their faces were priceless as if they were told that they were pregnant with Naruto's child. I wish I had a camera, thought Hiruzen. But, stuttered Anko. But we have never seen him any kind of bloodline limit. His eyes are always those beautiful, charming, exotic and a magnificent shade of deep cerulean blue, said Kurenai with a dreamy sigh. Yeah, others said in unison with a faraway look on their faces while Hiruzen's sweat dropped at their antics. If they ever see someone hurt Naruto, may Kami save her from these 4. After that thought, Sarutobi mentally grinned as an idea popped into his mind. I know just the right punishment for Itachi for stealing my brand new Ika Ika book, thought Sarutobi evilly. After a cough from the Hokage, all the 4 ice queens came out of their dreamland. His dujutsu hasn't been activated yet. That's why I have sent Itachi to help Naruto in activating it. Wait, but what is his dujutsu and how can Itachi awaken it? Asked a confused Hana. For your first question, I will only tell you that it's the strongest dujutsu the world has ever seen, even stronger than Sharingan and Byakugan. Its name is rinnegan. But Hokage-sama, that's only a myth, said Yugao, disbelief clearly evident in her voice and on the faces of her friends. Well, we just have to see if it's a myth or not, wouldn't we? Said the professor with a smirk. But what is the role of Itachi in this? Asked Kurenai. We shall see in my crystal ball. It is about time that Itachi and Kisame intercepted Team 7, said Hiruzen as he went over to his crystal ball with the 4 of them following him. But they weren't prepared for what they saw. There standing in a clearing was Orochimaru, who was holding a bruised and a battered Naruto by his neck. Naruto-kun, shouted Kurenai while Anko was clenching her fists like she was ready to tear the crystal ball apart. Damn you snake bastard. If my Naru-chan dies today, I'm gonna torture you so bad that your experiments would look like a dango, thought a furious Anko while Hana and her dogs were growling. Hokage-sama, we have to save him. I can't afford to lose him, said Yugao frantically. Curse you Orochimaru, you four, we're going there, now, yelled the Hokage. Just as they were about to leave, Sarutobi saw a glimpse of the present scene in the crystal ball. Wait, what now you old coot? Naru-chan can die any second now, shouted a frustrated Anko. Calm down, Itachi and Kisame are there, they'll take care of everything. There's no need for our interference in the second examination, said the Hokage while all of them breathed a sigh of relief. They then gathered around the crystal ball and saw that Orochimaru had fled the scene. Hey, what the hell is happening? Why is Naru-kun screaming and what is that white chakra? Said Hana after observing for some time. All of them had to shield their eyes as the crystal orb flared white due to the amount of white chakra that Naruto was exploding with. Even though I can't sense his chakra, I can still tell this white chakra is very powerful, said Kurenai while blocking her eyes. Hey, would you kindly tell us what the hell is going on here, yelled Anko. To activate Rinnegan, Itachi used Tsukiyomi on Naruto and forced him to watch his loved ones get killed. The pain of losing someone precious led to the awakening of his dujutsu, explained the professor. He used that cursed jutsu on Naruto-kun, one that put Uchiha Sasuke in a coma for 2 weeks, asked an incredulous Kurenai with a hint of anger. Grr, I'm gonna give that Itachi Baka a beating of his life, growled Hana. Count me in too Hana-chan, said Anko with a sadistic smile on her face. Hiruzen shuddered at seeing that smile. If she ever gave you that smile, may Kami spare your genitals. I just hope Naruto-kun comes out of this fine, said an out-of-character Yugao with worry written all over her face. Don't worry Yugao-chan, Naruto-kun is strong, he's bared much worse than this, said Kurenai as she hugged Yugao. I know Kur-chan, but it hurts me to see him in so much pain, said Yugao as she buried her face in Kurenai's shoulders while tears leaked out of her beautiful eyes as Naruto's screams increased in volume. All his life he was beaten by those damn villagers because of the Kyuubi. He didn't even know why he was hated until recently. He is innocent, kind-hearted and the purest person I've ever known. We had to watch him sit lonely at the parks while others played, we had to watch him sniff, cry at nights while he begged for someone to embrace him. He is so lonely Kur-chan. His eyes clearly reflect all the sadness and pain he feels every day. And now, he's going through so much pain and we can only watch. I sniff, want to change those eyes. I want to hug him, kiss him, tell him that he's sniff, not alone and will never be. I love him so much even though he's younger than me. I just want my Naruto-kun in my arms. I'm tired of seeing him get hurt, said Yugao as she broke into a fit of sobs while Kurenai comforted her as she wiped her own tears. Sarutobi himself looked sad and ashamed at the foolishness of the villagers. He considered Naruto as his grandson just like Konohamaru and it pained him to see Naruto's life so miserable. We all love him deeply Yugao-chan. We're never going leave him even if Hokage-sama forbids us from approaching him, said Hana as she glared at the Hokage. I'm sorry that your son's life was so miserable Minato. But I know that these four would be excellent for Naruto-kun, thought Sarutobi. I know that you four are very upset with my decision, but it was for Naruto-kun's safety. But now I deem it fit to raise the restrictions on approaching him, said the Hokage with a serene smile. Their eyes widened upon hearing him. After all those years, they could finally help him with his burden, they could finally give all the love they felt for their object of affection. You see Yugao-chan, we can see Naru-chan. Stop crying now already, said a grinning Anko while Yugao nodded happily as she wiped her tears and stood beside Kurenai. Thank you very much Hokage-sama, said Yugao as she bowed for the first time in years in front of the Hokage. You all can thank me by becoming Naruto-kun's future wives as he falls under the CRA, said a grinning Sarutobi. All of them blushed as they began dreaming about being Naruto's wives. Yes, they already know about Naruto's heritage. Look, he stopped screaming, exclaimed Sarutobi. All of them concentrated on the crystal orb to see Naruto covered with dust smoke. But when the smoke cleared, all of their jaws dropped on the ground. Even Hiruzen couldn't believe his eyes. Although the scroll did said, physical enhancement, but this was absurd. He had total lady killer looks now. While Anko and Hana were openly drooling at the sight of Naruto's muscular body, Kurenai and Yugao were blushing furiously. All of them could only summarize him in only one way. Hot, steamy hot. When Naruto lifted his head, they all gasped upon seeing his eyes. Is that the rinnegan? Whispered Kurenai, finding his eyes even more attractive now. Wow, Naru-chan looks even more sexy with those eyes, said Anko. He really has awakened a legendary and a mythical dujutsu, said Hiruzen as he stared at the all-powerful rinnegan. To read about rinnegan was one thing, but to see it was on a whole another level. Well, what did you expect, old man? Naru-chan is amazing after all, said a grinning Anko with pride in her voice while Sarutobi's eyebrows twitched in annoyance. I'm not old, yelled an angry Hokage. Then what? You dyed your hair white, old man? Asked Anko innocently. A tick mark appeared on his forehead while the others snickered. I can still stop you from approaching Naruto-kun, you know that, said a smirking Sarutobi. All of them stopped snickering immediately while words like, old monkeys being too smart for their own good. So now what? I can see that Naru-kun isn't used to his new body, said Hana while glancing worriedly at the current scene as Naruto fell face first on the ground. Hiruzen nodded as he told them of his plans for training Naruto in 20 seconds. That's an excellent idea, Hokage-sama, said Yugao while the others nodded with her. Just as he was about to reply, all of them heard a knock on his door. Enter, said Sarutobi as he deactivated the seals. The door opened to reveal his secretary. Hokage-sama, Mizukage-sama has arrived and Reikage-sama has been sighted approaching the village gates. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, comment and subscribe, as well as checking out the author on fanfiction.net.